Hello, everybody on Facebook, on Zoom, and watching this after. My name is Christopher Kernizan. I'm with Cruise.com, and I'm here with Herlan Ruiz. He is the representative for AmaWaterways, and he's going to give us a full in detail review of AmaWaterways and their longships that they have in Europe, in Asia, and their whole product. It's honestly such a fabulous top tier river cruise line. And I will give it away to you, Herlan.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the opportunity to join you here this evening to talk about AmaWaterways. And yeah, the world is expansive here on the rivers with AmaWaterways, not only for Europe, but throughout the exotic destinations. And we'll cover that through the presentation. And again, presentation be a good 30, 40 minutes, telling that Ama story, what defines us and the market, leading the way here now for the past 22 years, discuss the innovations and the hardware, the dedication of building these vessels with great quality throughout these ancient rivers in the world, and also how we can leverage our current promotions here that we have in conjunction with Cruise.com to really maximize the value when you're making your investment here with AmaWaterways. So, Chris, do we have the green light to get started?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and shut the video down, or we just go straight into the presentation now?
We can go straight into the presentation.
Excellent. All right, let me just go ahead and click the thumbnail here. So again, big thank you, Chris, and the whole entire team at Cruise.com. Again, we're leading the way here with river cruising for the past 20 plus years, and we wouldn't be able to do it with partners like you guys on board. So again, amazing partnership. They come with a lot of experience in the market. So aside from the great value they bring with the promotions, the experience from these advisors goes a very long way. So here on the screen, you see me. It's Herlan Ruiz. I'm your business development manager covering what is South Florida. I've been with the family now for 7 years. In fact, coming up on my 7-year anniversary next month. I say I've left the best for last year with AmaWaterways. It's a business, but an extended family for me. And that's what you'll get to see as we start talking with AmaWaterways through this presentation. It's a family affair, and it's quite authentic. The onboard ambience and experience you have with our amazing team members. And again, just the overall quality of what we bring to the table as well. I've been on the majority of my career, 28 years to be exact, on the ocean side of the business. So the transition from the ocean over to the river has been quite refreshing. From the big sea capacity of thousands of guests on board a ship to the intimacy of only 150 people on board the river is quite amazing. And as you see here on the screen, oceans take you to countries, rivers take you through them. For those who haven't been on a river cruise experience, that is an optic of what you're going to get to see. You're landlocked on both sides, navigating on board these beautiful river yachts with AmaWaterways. And I call them river yachts because, again, they are that. A lot of the feedback we get from those traveling with us, they say that they call them the Mercedes-Benz of the rivers. All right, so that just leads to tell you how great of a quality experience we have when it comes to the onboard and hardware. But again, you're landlocked on both sides, visiting a new destination every 1,000, 1,500 yards. You're immersing in this culture, being part of that local life. And here with AmaWaterways, we provide you with the luxury of more options with our price points to be part of that local life with the immersive walking tours, the biking experiences. We're the innovators in the industry to bring this active experience in these destinations, also hiking experiences. Here, the shot is the Rhine River. I always ask, what's your favorite river? It's kind of like asking me which is my favorite son. I always say Danube and the Rhine, 1A, 1B, just great opportunities that are allotted for you on either river. But here with the Rhine, where you have Amsterdam to Basel, 4-country immersive experience from Netherlands, France, Germany, and Switzerland, constant castles and citadels. So quite a magical experience here on the Rhine River. So again, as we go through the presentation, it's very important for us to talk about who we are as an operation, okay? We're family owned and operated since 2002. Our headquarters are based in Calabasas, California, but our owners come from Vienna, Austria, and Dresden, Germany, and also the Murphy family. They were originally part of Brendan Tours. So again, the powers that be came together back in 2002 to merge that extensive knowledge and experience on the rivers with a lot of the extensive knowledge on the tours that Brendan Vacations with the Murphy family brought in to the table. On the screen here, you'll see Rudy Schreiner on the top hand side there. He's known as the godfather for river cruising. He's a pioneer in this industry, an icon. He was a big part of the overall expansion of the river cruise experience back in the early 90s when they were building that Danube Canal. That build actually allowed for the full transit of these river ships from the North Sea all the way down to the Black Sea. And again, a godfather. He led the North American sales effort for Viking and Union World many years ago. But that entrepreneur spirit him said, I want to begin my own company, design my own ships. He's in fact a maritime architect by trade. So he has, again, a heavy influence with the overall design and building of these vessels. But again, with a big focus on, of course, the quality of the experience. And then you have his rating and co-owner wife there, right there, Christine Karst, just amazing, dedicated to the, of course, the partnerships we have with our trade distribution and how easy it is to do business with us. That has a positive residual effect for the overall experience you guys as guests have on board our ships. But it starts with the ownership and it trickles to the onboard way of life. Everybody has a piece to this story. Everybody has an influence. Again, we all work in great synergy amongst the different departments and teams on board the ships and ashore to really go above and beyond to exceed our guest expectations. Not only exceed, but really anticipate the guest expectations on board our ships with great care and love. And it's quite genuine. The feedback we get from our guests saying that they're coming on board our ships and they feel like they're coming on board to someone's home. And that's in fact what it is. You coming on board a ship is an AMA home. It's a family affair and it's quite special. Again, me being almost 30 years in this business on a personal and professional level, it's quite authentic and definitely resonates in a very, very special way. You have here our cruise managers. Again, this is a further extension of that personalized service concierge experience that you have with AmaWaterways. With AmaWaterways, you have a cruise manager on board every single ship. This is in addition to the maitre d', the hotel director, of course, the other personnel on board. But these cruise managers, for example, when our clients enhance their 7-night journeys with a pre and post package deal, these cruise managers welcome these guests after they exit the baggage claim area at the airport, transfers with them over to the hotel, is with them those 3 or 4 nights at the hotel as well, transfers from the hotel over to the ship, and then is from the ship over to the post-hotel package as well. So again, this hand-holding experience is genuine from the beginning through the end, and it creates that recurring business. And we have the highest levels of retention, loyalty business coming in with AmaWaterways, and that says a lot about who we are when that happens. Quick overview on our ships and fleet. Again, very intimate. We're not a jack of all trades, focusing on the ocean, river, and expedition. We do what we do best and have been now for the past 22 years, and that is mastering the river cruise experience, right? So you'll see here a full overview on our fleet for Europe. You have brand new ships joining us throughout 26 to make a total of now 34 vessels by the end of 26. Today we're sitting at 29, but again, by the end of 26, we'll have a full 34 vessels navigating through Europe and also the 4 exotic destinations in South Africa, Egypt, Southeast Vietnam there in Cambodia, Southeast Asia for Vietnam and Cambodia, and new for Colombia starting for January of next year. One important thing also when the business began back in the early 2000s, the ownership had a very pragmatic and responsible approach to the business model that when they build these ships, they pay them off in cash. So there's no leverage debt on the operation, folks. I think that's very powerful right nowadays when you have folks making these heavy investments. And just know that when they're making these investments with AmaWaterways, it goes a long way to have a very responsible operator here, taking you throughout and protecting that investment moving forward together with you. So here's you have a beautiful shot of the long ships. These are 443 feet long, 38 feet wide. The max capacity on our ships is 155 total guests. Same exact hardware as the V brand, Avalon, Scenic, and you have other competitors. Again, you have the same exact measurements, 443 feet long, 30 feet wide. They max out at 180, 190 total guests. Again, we're looking at a lower capacity of 155, which again, with a lower capacity, means we have a lot more room to play with to offer larger staterooms, higher crew to guest ratio for optimal service on board. You have a fitness center, hair salon, spa area, specialty restaurants at no extra cost. And also every single ship features a pool and a whirlpool that's heated, which is great for those upcoming Christmas markets itineraries. So again, when you think about AmaWaterways, lower capacity means a lot more value and amenities that we can extend for you all to enjoy traveling with AmaWaterways. Here on the screen is what I call the jewel of the crown. She is the Alma Magna. She came into service back in 2019. Today, in fact, during our town hall, Rudy mentioned that we are in plans of building a second wide capacity vessel by the year 2027, Chris. So again, you guys are the first to know about this news because I was just privy to it earlier this afternoon. So again, we're excited to have a further expansion on our wider capacity vessels in our fleet. And we're the only river cruise company that has a special gem sailing in their fleet. She's the same 443 feet long, 72 feet wide, but the water capacity only increased by 20%. So capacity only has 196 on this vessel, but the capacity size is only, she's only able to travel through certain parts of the world, and that's the upper Danube from Wilshofen, Germany over to Budapest, or Budapest into Gheorghe, Romania for the lower Danube. This, I feel, folks, as you see here with the bottom images there with the nice spacious staterooms and beautiful one-bedroom suites and grand suites, is a perfect transition ship for the ocean to river business. Many years, guests on the oceans have been hesitant to transition over because of the size of rooms or lack of amenities. Now with these wider capacity vessels that we're showcasing here with AmaWaterways, there's no excuses. These, on average, right now, the starting room size on these ships, 355 square feet, full-size balconies. You have the grand suites measuring between 423 all the way to 710 square feet for the one-bedroom owner suites. 4 restaurants, 5 different bars. So just so much to do on board the Alma Magna that I feel, again, has that perfect draw for that ocean-going business for you guys to enjoy. Here's a further shot of what these staterooms look like with our fleet of ships. The largest image you see here on the screen, these are called the twin signature balconies on our long vessels. Nowadays, a competitive set builds the rooms with floor-to-ceiling windows, which are nice. But when you open up those floor-to-ceiling windows to the outside element, room itself would be susceptible to the hot or cold weather. Here with our staterooms, you have the best of both worlds with a true sit-outside balcony on one side and a French balcony on the other. And also, as you see here on the image, there's a side view there of an Apple Info Center. Every single stateroom features this Apple Info Center. It's complimentary and also inclusive of the Wi-Fi and the connectivity that's also built in your price points. But just know, from the convenience of your stateroom, you can log into your emails, navigate and surf the web, look at beautiful movies and shows. So again, every single ship and stateroom on board the ship features that amazing Apple Info Center. We're seeing a big trend of multi-generational families joining our ship, our experiences. So you'll see on the top, on the bottom left-hand corner, are connecting rooms. We're the only ships on the river with the design that offers the triples and quads and the connecting rooms. We also, by the way, folks, have a solid relationship with Adventures by Disney. It says a lot about our brand when you have such a prestigious brand like Adventures by Disney want to showcase their program on board our ships. So again, solid partnership there with ABD for that younger generation to join us as well. Here's a shot of the owner suite bathroom. Again, luxury, yes, but not a pretentious luxury with AmaWaterways. Think of us as a Four Seasons on the rivers. No need for the penguin suites or the gowns. Very laid back country club ambience, folks, on board with AmaWaterways. But here you'll see with the suites, the beautiful amenities inclusive of the double vanities, the high-end toiletries, the bath and shower combination. For those that don't prefer the bath and tub, or the tub and shower combination, 80% of the makeup of these staterooms would be shower only. And even with those staterooms, the double vanities, the high-end toiletries, the rain shower fixture with the handheld come in play. So again, quality over quantity. Again, big focus here with AmaWaterways. So Chris, I always like to showcase this picture because, again, with AmaWaterways, nothing better than the actual food we get to enjoy. Heavy investment with AmaWaterways when it comes to the cuisine. There you see our culinary director, Robert Kellerhaus. Again, we're the first river cruise company to be part of La Chaîne de Rôtisseurs, which is a culinary society, invitation only. You have to have the highest acronym when it comes to the quality and the presentation of these meals on board. And I got to say, when these meals are brought over to you by these waiters, they're absolute masterpieces. I mean, it's tough to dig in of how pretty these are, but just these aromas picking up, you want to definitely want to dive in and make your stomach happy with what you're intaking there, including the premium wines. These meals are, again, market to table fresh, but they're regional meals. So the immersive experience, like I mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, happens very much with the tours, but very much also with the meals you're having on board for dining and for lunch. Again, all regional, for example, if you're in Germany, the Wiener Schnitzel with the premium wines from that region, or if you're in Budapest, the beef goulash with the nice red and white wines from that region as well. So again, it's all about the immersive experience. We have a baker on board that's making fresh croissants and cookies and breads every single morning. So again, for the food and the wine aficionados, we're the optimal brand of choice when it comes to the river cruise experience throughout Europe. Now, to make our brand a lot more inclusive with the alcoholic consumption, the fine wines, beer are of course are included with the lunch and dinner, and a mimosa and wine if you need for if you want and prefer for breakfast as well. But again, we now are bringing a sip and sail cocktail hour, 1 hour before dinner every single evening from 6 to 7. To again bring the brand a lot more inclusive when it comes to the alcoholic consumption with AmaWaterways. Here are the multiple dining rooms that we feature on the beautiful Ama Magna. You'll see the alfresco dining on the top left-hand corner, followed by the wine bar and restaurant, the Jimmy's restaurant there, the chef's table, and then the beautiful main restaurant. Again, heavy influence from the overall onboard design and decoration from Christine Karst, like heavy furniture, the beautiful decor and colors. Again, like I said earlier, again, folks come on board a ship and be guests and partners, travel advisors alike. They say that they're coming on board to someone's home when they travel with AmaWaterways. And that's in fact the feeling you get, not only with the overall feel of the ship, but then the warmth and welcome and love that you get from an onboard team is quite remarkable. On that top left-hand corner there, I want to showcase something that we've done in the past 4 years, more so after the pandemic, to bring our brand a lot more inclusive for al fresco dining experiences. So in fact, those windows on that top image there collapse down. So to go in there for a nice breakfast with the sunrise, breeze coming in, mimosa in hand, just a great way to get your day started. We're now bringing these beautiful large barbecue pits up on the sun deck to cook the lobster tails and the filet mignons, obviously weather permitting. But again, to bring more of the al fresco experiences for you guys to enjoy this ancient and beautiful landscape as you navigate through. Again, of course, again, consistent. Everything's about the immersive experience. If you're looking for a Cirque du Soleil jumping from springboards into a pool, it's not going to happen on board AmaWaterways. But again, back to cultural exchange, onboard entertainment is the local artisans from these destinations that come on board and to perform for us. It'd be violinists, it'd be singers, dancers. Again, quite a special and immersive experience that we make heavy investments to bring the quality operators on board for our guests to really enjoy throughout. And again, if you guys want to stay up early at 5 o'clock in the morning, throwing down those delicious libations in the bar staff is more than happy to keep things open and buzzing for you guys to enjoy through the evening and early morning hours to enjoy as well. So great way to burn down the calories, Chris, and we've talked about this before with AmaWaterways, is with our built-in tours. Here with AmaWaterways, and this is a strong defining difference between us and the competition. We offer up to 6 complimentary excursions at each of the destinations we visit. The competition nowadays offers 1 for free, and you got to pay for the rest. We're big believers about not having to nickel and dime you when you're on board with AmaWaterways. You pay your price points. Again, a lot of the stuff is already included. Again, our tours are offered for the walking experience in different modes. So you're offering gentle, regular, and very active experience. They're offered it with the early bird risers option at 8 a.m. or an evening or an afternoon after your light lunch on board a ship starting around 12:30 or 1 o'clock. And now we're also staying longer in port. So the opportunity for overnight experiences to explore these destinations is very much in play as well. One of the things, Chris, and those attending here, a lot to share is that our cruise managers, he or she on that second day of the explanation or presentation done on board with about the different tours, they say you can, but you don't have to. Meaning you can enjoy the guided tours with the program. You can explore your own, which is one of the things my wife and I enjoy doing, or just stay on board the ship and enjoy the parallel program that we have with our wellness experience. So if you're into some champagne yoga for one of these days, you want to stay on board the vessel and enjoy that river yacht, you can do so. Again, this is the luxury of more for you to enjoy and do as you please on board those 7 days or plus with AmaWaterways. One thing also that we bring as a value proposition when it comes to our walking tours with our very experienced tour guides is the size of these groups are very intimate. The walking tours max out between 15 to 20 total guests per tour guide, which I feel lots for more of that human connection opportunity to be built. That setting versus having a 40 to 55 or 60 size group is different. And I've seen the competition with those size groups, and then I look at ours and I'm saying, wow, this is quite a value proposition here. We're allotted this intimate opportunity here with these tour guides in this smaller setting with the guides. Again, further onboard amenities. Again, mentioned that pool in the whirlpool, which is heated. Again, great for those Christmas markets itineraries. Like I said, I've seen our guests coming out of their rooms with a terry cloth robe, taking a nice dip in that warm water. Now, different story when they got to get out of the water to go back to the room. But again, it's great with AmaWaterways, the innovations, how they built it, that they have these extra features for our guests to enjoy. Again, you have the spa room area, you have the beautiful libraries. Now we're actually featuring a pickleball court on the Alma Magna. So we are picking up on the trend and the buzz about what's happening there. So now the Alma Magna does feature a full-size pickleball court with some offshore opportunities for those pickleballers in Budapest and also into Wilshofen, Germany. Okay, so we have some growth with the actual program there when it comes to the other pickleball experience moving forward. So I mentioned connectivity, accessibility is a big investment with us as well. So again, guys are gonna stay very much connected with friends and family back on home. Again, great investment here that's made here with the overall growth and the overall bandwidth and the connectivity with this Wi-Fi on board the ship, which is quite optimal. The My Alma Cruiser app is something that all our guests can download prior to their cruise. Again, we're big on the sustainability of our programs as well, so there's no more paper. Daily programs printed out, the plastics, all that's been done away with. Again, for good reason, right? We want these rivers to be around for future generations to enjoy. So sustainability is a big factor for us. And in fact, we're the first river cruise company to get the Green Certificate Award for sustainability, which allows for us to get that private access into these important destinations we visit, including Amsterdam. So again, big on sustainability and a big investment on the connectivity for our guests to share back at home with friends and family. So again, we talked about the AMA difference with the family. We discussed the innovations of our vessels. Now it's time to dive into the world of AmaWaterways and where the rivers flow. So on the screen here, you'll see all these blue lines represent our 8-day, 7-night itineraries. Our seasons normally begin in March, but new to share with you here this evening, we in fact have started this year our season in the month of February, just to keep up with the demand. And hearing our partners here, including cruise.com, to start our season early, because again, river cruising is just on that uphill climb, and it has been for quite some time. So now we're capitalizing and starting our journeys early in the month of February. But again, with that March timeframe for Netherlands and Belgium, great for the springtime horticultural experience there for the Keukenhof Garden with the tulip time. So you have the round trip cruises there. You also have the Amsterdam down to Basel Rhine experience, or vice versa from Basel back into Amsterdam. You have the Main transit through Germany. You also have the Wilshofen to Budapest experience there. This is the first cruise I did 7 years ago. Quite convenient to unpack one time and immerse in 5 countries in 7 days. And then you also have the lower Danube from Budapest into Gheorghe, Romania, with a post or pre-extension into Bucharest and into Brasov as well. Can't forget, of course, the 3 main rivers of France. So for those wine aficionados and our wonderful wine programs, we have great experiences there on the Bordeaux. We have the northern and southern Burgundy region here for the Saône and the Rhone. And of course, Paris and Normandy experience there for the battlefields. Quite a special experience, which I'm going to be experiencing for the first time, Chris, this summer. It's going to be a busy time for the Summer Olympics, but again, quite an amazing thing to be part of history this coming July in that part of the world. In fact, today our VP for operations mentioned that Paris, and in fact France itself, is going heavy and with the Summer Olympics, and the Olympic torch is going around the whole entire country, and we're going to get an opportunity with our ships traveling in the world to see these ceremony experiences with the Olympic flame throughout. So again, quite a once in a lifetime experience coming up now for us there in France as well. Can't forget the Douro there in Portugal and Spain. We have 2 ships there now sailing round trip for 7 nights out of the city of Porto. You have some pre and post opportunities for Lisbon, and also some land experiences in Madrid, Toledo, and Salamanca. This has been so popular, guys, that we've now added a 3rd vessel into the operation coming in next summer. So we'll have 3 total ships navigating in that exotic world right there in Portugal and into Spain. Okay, of course, can't forget the exotics. We have Colombia starting up in the spring in the actually winter month right now for January of 25. Southeast Asia, our Africa safaris and wildlife experience with the Zambezi Queen on the Chobe River, and of course the Nile with the Amadalia, and a new vessel joining the Amadalia there for Egypt, the Amalilia. So let's dive in further. Again, starting out, beautiful image here, the kaleidoscope of colors there for the Dutch and Belgian waterways. Again, you have rule of thumb here, making sure that if you guys want to experience this part of the world here, let's do something April 1st through May 1st. I did this cruise back a couple years ago on March 17th. I got to see the bulb, the stem, but not to see the full flower was kind of a letdown. But again, still an overall great experience. But for those that really want to see these amazing colors for the tulip times and the flowers, I would say anything in that April 1st through May 1st time frame. This region is extremely popular, not only limited for the springtime, we're also offering experiences throughout for the summer and into October for the fall as well. Of course, the Danube River, extremely popular, upper and the lower Danube. Again, you have the experience from Germany over to Budapest, or Budapest down into Gurgir, Romania. And now we're actually going to be picking up on a brand new theme, the celebration of music. Right now here for the upper Danube, and I have a great video to showcase here, get an optic and sound of the experience coming up now for this amazing part of the world here. So there was a preview of the new celebration of music theme that we have concurrent with our upper and lower Danube experience, more focused really for the upper Danube, for those very historic cities like Vienna and Linz, Austria, into Salzburg, Bratislava, and Budapest. So we've got a great things going on here with the celebration of music. Of course, if you guys are interested, our partners at cruise.com are going to be that guiding light for you to steer you in the right direction. Our journeys continue on the Rhine, Main, and Moselle. Again, for those that are not familiar for geography, Moselle, great for those fall color changes in the fall months. So Moselle in that northern France into Luxembourg region. Again, a lot of castle viewings in this beautiful part of the world as well. Of course, the three main rivers of France that I mentioned. We have the Douro River, again, very scenic bound experience, great for those port wines as well. The Christmas markets are very popular on the Rhine and Danube. In fact, this year we're sold about 95% already and 70% sold for next year. Usually in the last days of November after Thanksgiving towards Christmas Eve is when these core markets are up and running. I'm told by my friends and colleagues that when you get out there, you got to make sure your credit card's at a zero balance because there's going to be a lot of shopping to be made out there with these markets. But again, quite an amazing experience for those that are seeking that Yuletide experience in a very special way. Okay, my recommendation for an ideal markets cruise would be that Nuremberg over to Budapest, Nuremberg, also on the Rhine, the cities of Cologne and Strasbourg, just ideal with the way they set up their markets in front, especially in Cologne when they set up those markets right in front of the courtyard in front of the cathedral. Quite special. Very important for you guys to lock it this early if you guys want to make this happen. We're seeing a booking trend of 12 to 16 months in advance for this particular experience. Celebration of wine. Again, we go into partnerships with the likes of the Robert Mondavi and the Wagner family for the Camus wines, and a long list of very experienced winemakers that come and join us with our programs. And if you identify, in fact, any of our wine cruises on our brochures or collateral or website, there's no extra cost for this experience. So the experience gives you an extra layer of wine tasting ashore, wine tasting on board, beautiful enrichment talks between the wine host between the American blend and the European blends, old world versus the new world. So again, no extra cost for this overall wonderful celebration of wine experience that we feature here with AmaWaterways. Golf program. Again, I'll be remiss if I don't share with you that we do have a very unique program that's exclusive with the AmaMagna and AmaWaterways. Our partners here is LGT Golf. Again, the gold standard when it comes to the services provided. But again, on the AmaMagna, For those golf aficionados, we have a match made heaven program here, tailor-made, 4 rounds or 5 rounds in professional European courses throughout cities like Prague, Vienna, Bratislava, Budapest. So the list goes on. Again, if you guys have any questions, of course, our partners here at cruise.com would be that guiding light to get you more details on that. The first of our 4 exotic destinations, again, we'll tap into this. This is very special for me personally. And this is right now a major buzz. I mean, it's right now we're year-over-year increase of 29% in the business in this part of the world versus last year. We're adding a second vessel in this part of the world, hopefully by the end of next year. But this is very special to me personally, which I experienced back in 2018. Life-changing experience, folks. A long journey to get there, but again, we can take advantage of our Air Plus deal with the economy pricing starting at that $9.99. But again, this is an amazing part of the world to really immerse and make some special human connection, guys. We all know what happened here over 6 decades ago. The culture here, just rich, not about the tangibles, just the love of life and family. They want to know about you as much as you want to know about them. So the experience here can be as short as 7 nights on the Mekong from Saigon, Vietnam, over to Phnom Penh in that Angkor Wat region, or as long as 18 total nights incorporating the northern part of the state in Hanoi, Halong Bay, Angkor Wat, 7-night journey, and then some time in the Ho Chi Minh City. This, folks, strongly recommend for those that really want to get out there and explore something very exotic. The Nile River, this is very unique. It's sold as an 11-night cruise tour. The Ama Dahlia is sailing there now. Intimate vessel, guest capacity of only 70 total guests. So we're having a second vessel joining the ship here, the Ama Dahlia, in service by hopefully the summer of next year. Actually, she's already resumed operation in the beginning of this year, the Ama Lilia. So we now have 2 vessels navigating in that part of the world. And again, it's unique in the sense that it's sold as not a 7-night journey only. It's an 11-night cruise package. You'll have 3 nights in Cairo at the Four Seasons residence. They're located off the banks of the Nile. And then you're into Luxor for a 7-night journey round trip. There's an extension from Aswan into Abu Simbel, which again, strongly encourage you guys to make that investment with us if you're going to be in that part of the world. And then a 1-night return back after a journey to Cairo, back into the same Four Seasons. So again, this is sold as an 11-night cruise tour, but very authentic the way we have the onboard design. Again, the Bedouin topless tent set up there for the top deck for the specialty restaurant. And again, just the crew on board, above and beyond. Very, very authentic crew of Egyptian crew members are on board that really care about the business that's coming in, and they're going to really guide you to some special sights and scenes there for these beautiful, wonderful temples that they're going to be visiting. Here are the Africa experience. This is our 3rd of our 4th exotic destinations. I promise you that the bottom right-hand corner boat here, that's not the ship we're sailing with you on. It's in fact going to be this one here, the Zambezi Queen. This is a ship that holds 14 suites, 28 total guests. So again, very intimate in size. This is a program that we at AmaWaterways are the only ones that provide around the world when it comes to the South Africa experience. But it's unique that it's 5 days, 4 nights on the ship itself, but up to 20 nights when you incorporate the African safari components of the program. So if you want to visit Kruger National Park, go over to Cape Town, South Africa, the Serengeti up into Tanzania. There's also one package with the Robles Rails over Victoria Falls. We're now going to be complementing this package with a Rwanda silverback gorilla trekking. So again, for those that want to have this trip of a lifetime, we're here at AmaWaterways. Look forward to welcome you on board this amazing experience. And of course, our partners at cruise.com would be that guiding light for you there. So the last but not least, again, we're known as innovators. We're innovating one continent at a time. South America is going to be next. Our operation here for the Magdalena River is now going to be starting in January. So all systems are go. 2 brand new vessels, one starting from Barranquilla, doing a 7-night journey down south to El Banco and Monpax, and also one from Cartagena down south as well. We all know this part of the world known for, again, rich history, Simon Bolivar, the colonial architecture right there for the city of Cartagena, the coffee, the cumbia, amazing culture and rhythms throughout. Again, the wildlife, the birds, the flowers. Again, we're so excited to be bringing this to the market soon, and I know our partners are as well. But this is a shot of the overall view of what the actual logistics or the actual itinerary is going to look like. So you'll have a Y-shaped type of route. You see one ship leaving from Barranquilla, going down south to Nuevo Venecia, Calamar, Santa Barbara de Pinto, Monpax, then El Banco, and then another second ship from Cartagena to Palenque, Magangue, and the same similar spots down south to El Banco. Palenque, a lot of history. In fact, is the first freed slave state in the Americas. Again, a lot of history in this part of the world that we're going to be immersing in. The Colombian government, in fact, are major partners with us on this as well. They're investing $7 million to further dredge parts of the Magdalena River to get us deeper into the Cienegas, into these exotic locations in the part of the world. And as we build these programs, we give back to these communities that we visit. That's one of the biggest things and paramount important for us as an operation, that we visit these locations. We're helping grow these communities, and we're building and growing together as we move forward. So again, in conjunction with these 7-night journeys in Colombia, we're going to be doing Medellin as pre and post package, and also into Panama City. This is, folks, already open for sale. So we definitely want to take advantage of this amazing destination here with our partners at cruise.com. Land packages, folks. We have a great program running right now through June 30th that I want to make sure you guys are aware of, because again, we don't expect that package to extend further out. It was set to sunset on March 31st, and with the great success we had with that, we did extend to June 30th, but we don't foresee any further extension. And I always say to my partners and my friends and consumers, make sure that when you're making these cruises with AmaWaterways, invest in the extra experience pre and post. You're out there ready for the 7-night cruise. Why not do a 2-night, 3-night package to offer that convenience and that further immersive experience into the destination? For example, if you're up in Amsterdam, the 3 days in Amsterdam, or if you're down in Basel, Lake Como, Geneva, Lake Lucerne, Paris, you can do Paris as well. You can do also Budapest. You can do Prague for the upper Danube, Bucharest with the lower Danube. So the opportunities are very well-rounded when it comes to how we can enhance your overall experience with these cruises with our land packages. Okay. Again, the value with this free land package is right now running through June 30th, but you're looking at about roughly $2,500 savings with these packages. Again, this is something that you can combine, in fact, with our current Air Plus deal, which is also running through June 30th. Here for the Economy Air 24 and 25, you're looking at $899. The Economy Air for 2026 is jumping up $100 more to $999, still very attractive. And then you have Premium Economy at $22.99, and Business Class Air, again, very attractive, $42.99. Those two are combinable with further little surprises I'm going to share with you shortly. But you also have, for anybody joining us this evening live on Facebook, and also attending the recordings post, know that with AmaWaterways, we do waive the single supplement on all our French balcony ships, which are going to be located in France. The thing is, these are capacity controlled, so want to create the urgency for the solo guests to book as early as possible to really capitalize on this amazing program and value. There's also a reduced single supplement for select 24 and 25 Europe and Mekong itineraries at 20%. So again, very attractive. But again, the love doesn't just stop here with the actual savings you're going to get with these solo travel programs. When these solo guests come on board, again, it's a family affair. We love our couples, we love our groups, and we very much love our solo guests. They get to meet with our captain and officers on board, and get to dine with them throughout the other cruise. They get a pre-party, a post-party. So again, the solo guests, we love them, and we welcome them on board our ships. Chris, one thing we want to share definitely is important is the mutual partnership we have with our partners here at Travel Leaders Network. So there's a good, extensive list of dates in 24 and 25 that we can capitalize and offer you guys an additional $300 shipboard credit to offset any cost on board. You might be asking, well, Herlan just said everything's inclusive, but the only things that are not included yet are gratuities, spa treatments, hair salon services, or any shopping at the boutique. The gratuities are a work in progress. Hopefully, we'll be building those into price points soon. But right now, the $300 shipboard credit would be a great way to offset any sort of extra expenditures on board with AmaWaterways. And here today, guys, as an extra thank you deal of the night, we're going to extend as a thank you for those attending an extra $100 savings per person on any new booking made within the next 30 days of the event. So by the end of, or actually mid part of June, you're going to be able to get an additional $100 off per person, and that is combinable with the free land offer, with the Air Plus arrangement, and many more opportunities that we have here with our promotions to really, again, extend and increase your overall value in return. So again, like I started, I'm going to end with a big thank you. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me this evening. Chris, you guys over at cruise.com, we wouldn't be where we're at without your partnership and support. Again, we're known as the heart of the river. We love you guys. Thank you for all you guys do for us. Here's a beautiful shot of Budapest there in the Fisherman's Bastion, one of my favorite optics to see there on the Upper Danube. And
Mm.
look forward to welcome you on board the ships very, very soon. Thank you, Chris.